Put your hand up.
Hello. Y'all see my lights are out. It's a big a big blackout here in Cleveland, Ohio. I live at what, 2409 Central? 830 Central, right? Brenda?
No, it's 83rd and like Quincy.
Oh, okay. 830, right off Quincy, but it's just 830th Street. And just like I was talking to an expat once in Africa. He was telling me the lights are always out at least once a day, and that's pretty much the story here in the ghetto. Cause the transformer went out. It was holding too much load probably, cause it's real hot and everybody had fans and shit running, and everything else running. So anyway, I'm here filming in the blackout. I want to talk today about Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia is about to fight, what the fuck? Fortuna, Harvey or some shit, Fortuna. And he's a pretty good fighter. I never seen him, but I've been scouting him. And I turned him on once. I think I saw one of his fights on YouTube or something. I'm not sure. But I've been scouting him, and he ain't no junk ass fighter. Ryan Garcia, when I saw him fight that boy out of Africa, it seems like he failed to do some things he should have knew how to do, like cutting the ring off and all that kind of thing. If he brings the same amount of boxing ability in there with Fortuna, it's going to be a long night. Better pack a lunch. Better pack a lunch anyway. But I want to talk about Ryan running around telling me he got a movie coming and all that, so he want to knock Garcia out. Who the hell does he think he is, Elvis Presley? Now, a good championship boxer does not run around making movies and trying to box at the same time. Especially when he's trying to make his bones. Now later on, when his career is older and almost over, so he might make a movie or two like Joe Louis. I think Joe Louis made one when he was young, maybe. If you can call that a movie. But Ryan Garcia is going to have to figure out what he want to do. Does he want to box or does he want to be an internet movie star? The internet star stuff is good because he can level that in on his boxing and have fans or whatnot. People that might be interested in his fights. Most of the fans, I bet, that he has are young women. So maybe he can bring more women into boxing. But in order to do that, he's going to have to make sure he's concentrating strictly on his boxing. He needs to develop a little bit more skill in certain areas. Because God forbid if he get in there and Jose Fortuna or whatever knocks his ass out or defeats him. I'm not going to say it's going to all be over with him because he has such a following. But he'll have to start all over again. He'll have to get a drawing board out and start all over again. It'll be like me learning biblical Greek, like I'm trying to do, and then have to start all over, which I have gotten somewhere. I've gotten half somewhere with the K sentence. It's like me have to start all over again with the alphabet. That's what Ryan Garcia would have to do. I think he needs to do some of that now anyway. I think this fight with Fortuna is maybe a little bit too close from his fight with that guy from Africa. I forgot his name. Because he didn't show me that he didn't show me much in that fight. And so I think that he should have waited about 6-7 months out from that in order to develop more skill, maybe even a year out. I know people say, well, he's waited too long, but he needs to develop more skill. He has incredibly fast hands. He has incredibly good power. But is there other things in boxing than that? Because skills pay bills. And I feel if Ryan Garcia was a little more skilled, for instance, in cutting off the ropes, tucking his chin in a little bit. But a lot of fighters have fought with their head up and been successful. Head up, chin out. And they've had a modicum of success. But that's not an idle thing to do. I mean, not it's really not a good thing to do. Anyway, since it's a blackout, I don't know. I don't have too much to say. Do you have anything to say, brother?
Nope.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
You're not gonna contribute to this. I don't know what the fuck is it? Podcast, YouTube, boxing at all.
I love you. You love me. We're a happy family.
You see what I mean? I see why guys will make time. You got a woman here. She has some knowledge of boxing. She likes boxing. She knows my boxing channel is pretty much in the tank. Nobody has ever came to see nothing I ever put out.
Why would you say that?
And she's not gonna. And she's not gonna.
Why would you say that? How could you?
Contribute anything to it in her own voice.
It flashed again.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say because I'm not up on the current situation. I'm just waiting for the Spitz.
The Spitz.
The Spitz.
Spence.
Yeah, Errol
Crawford.
Spitz and but Crawford fight. So everything else is like I don't care.
Well,
so when they make their deal, then I'll care.
I got something to ask you.
Okay.
You seen Bud fight against Porter.
Right.
By the way, a shout out to Sean Porter. He's from my part of the country. He's from Northeast Ohio and especially Cleveland, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And I'll never stop saying, I'll continue to say, that's how we do it in Cleveland. We kind of lean on you a little bit. I never fought like that, really. I get inside and I lean on your ass on the rope because I was a really big dude. But that's a type of what he does. Stipe Miocic, that's the kind of roughness we bring to bear in the ring. When you get us, and my heart go, I don't know, I haven't seen Conway, the fighter from Cleveland, that unfortunate incident happened where a man lost his life. And rest in peace to that young man and his family. I wish him nothing but love and blessings. But you see the way Conway fights. That's, if whoever saw that fight, I don't know if he's still fighting or what. I don't know if he's been beaten a bunch or what. But that's the way we fight, kind of rough. So, but anyway, get back to what I'm saying. You saw him fight against Sean Porter.
Yeah, but Sean Porter was already on his way out to retire, though.
No, I'm saying, looking at his style and what he did, you saw him fight. Mm-hmm. You saw him fight Brooks. Fuck, I keep forgetting the name. Kell Brook. What do you think about him dispatching four opponents? And Errol Spence took him a while to get. Like it took him a while to get Brook. Kell Brook was winning in the beginning of the fight. And then Errol Spence had shattered his eye, but his eye had already been shattered by Golovkin. Me myself, I think that Brook was pretty much spent by then. And Sean Porter had a whole bunch of tough ass fights. And the last one was Spence. Even Porter himself said Spence hurt him worse, even though he didn't knock him down. So do you think Brook is just, do you think Crawford is just benefiting from fighting fighters that Spence already ran through the mill? Or do you think that Crawford is legitimately KOing guys that Spence couldn't? Or that it took him a while to? The latter?
Yep.
You think he's legitimately KOing guys that Spence didn't KO?
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Because he's left-handed and they're running into that jab, and then it's like he catches him,
Well, Earl, he switches. You talking about Crawford?
Yeah.
He switches. Earl is left-handed. He fights left-handed. Bud Crawford switches.
Oh, well, those arguments out the window then. I don't know then.
But I'll say one thing. Bud has a tendency to knock you the fuck out. Where Earl Spence will damage your ass irreparably. He will damage you irreparably. Like he will destroy your machine where it's no more. It's not valid. Anymore. It have a sign on it with a circle and a cross in between. When the fighter is standing in between the circle and a cross going across the fighter. He destroys your vehicle. I have just about every fighter I've seen that really got what false Spence was no more good afterward. It's the neighbors across the street next door singing, playing around with a little kid because the lights are out. So this is what people do when the lights are out. They entertain themselves. Just like in the days they didn't have electricity. You see people be out in the street piping and playing their instruments and all that kind of thing. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, and it's too damn hot to close the door, especially with the fan not on. So, like you look at Lamont Peterson. When Spence got through with him, he was not the same anymore. You know that? You don't know who that is. But I'm talking to the audience out there. When Spence got through with him, he was not the same. Mikey Garcia. I see something, Mikey Garcia. Got in there with Earl Spence, and you see he wasn't the same. Even lost the fight to a complete no-name. And he admitted himself that Earl Spence changes you. See, fighting Earl Spence changes you. He, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not even paraphrasing, but I think he said something like he wrecks your body, or something to that nature. And Kell Brook had been beaten up a bit by Golovkin, but he still had something. And then he went and fought Earl Spence, and Earl Spence just took the rest of it from him. He hasn't been the same since. And I'm gonna go and say the other Garcia, whose name I can never remember, from Philly. I don't think he's the same after Earl Spence either, even though Earl Spence was not all the way back from his eye surgery at that time. So even if Bud Crawford wins, he's not going to be talking about moving up, fighting Jermell Charlo. I don't think that's going to happen after he fights Earl Spence. He's going to have to retire. He's retired. But I don't think anybody can ruin Spence like that. If a fucking car accident tumbling at 200 miles an hour, or how the fuck he was driving it, and then his attached retina couldn't do it, I don't see Bud Crawford doing it, even if he wins. I hope these two guys can fight. But to me, it seemed like one is scared and the other one glad of it. Ain't there one of them too quick to get up in that ring with each other. Both of them seem a little reticent to me. Like if push comes to shove, they will get in there, but it won't. It seems like they kind of not eager to. But I guess nobody really eager to fight nobody. But I'm saying they seem like they'd be okay if the fight never happened to me. So I don't know if I got anything else to talk about right now in the dark. So I guess that's gonna be it. If you guys like what you hear, quick like and subscribe. I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm picking a good time. What time should I go on the air every day? Brenda, what time should I go on the air every day? 6 o'clock? Okay, I'll probably be going on the air every day for 6 o'clock. And I'm trying to have some chats, even though I don't have anybody to chat with. Peace, y'all. Cross your fingers that the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight happens. Peace.